Inland Sports.
Here on the Inland Sports Show, fresh off a CIF Southern Section Division I championship. He pitched in the title game. It's Ethan Schiefelbein of the Corona Panthers. And Ethan, first off, congrats on finishing the job. When you look at the whole season, man, there must have been some pressure because everyone had huge expectations for this Corona team. But to finish the job, what's that feeling like now?
Yeah, thank you, Pep. Thanks for having me on. And just finishing the job, all that pressure, we didn't really feel the external pressure because we had such high expectations for ourselves as individuals and as a team. That's kind of why we work so good together, because we all have those high expectations for each other. So that external pressure didn't really get to the team, and this is where we expected to be, and we were able to finish off the job as a team, which was awesome.
So let's rewind back to that Division I championship game on Saturday night at the Diamond. You're playing Harvard Westlake. You tossed a gem in a 5-zip win against them. Would you say that was the best game you've pitched this year ever in a Corona uniform, or have you had better games? Where would you stack that one up against your other outings?
That one's definitely got to be around the top, because especially getting that CIF win, Division I, which was really a great experience with the guys.
You know, Ethan, throughout the season, you guys had a lot of big moments. I mean, you guys went out to Cary, North Carolina. You won the National High School Invitational. When you look at this season, obviously you're going to remember the Division I championship game, but what are some of the other things that you're going to remember about this season or this year's team?
Yeah, that North Carolina trip was awesome, especially like being able to travel, staying in the hotel with all your buddies and friends, and just building those relationships with everyone on the team, which was really awesome to do. And just like going to practice, hanging out with the guys, just getting better, being around really talented players was really cool.
You know, I think it was Seth Hernandez who put this on social media about, you know, maybe the best 1-2 punch in terms of high school pitching. You guys were absolutely lights out all season long. I know Seth has, you know, he's got another season. He'll be back next year, you know, with Corona High. You know, what can you say about what he was able to do this season and just combining him with you? I mean, there was no nights off for opposing batters when you guys were on the hill.
Yeah, he was coming in. We expected a lot out of him, and he expected a lot out of himself. So just going through the season, putting up some of the numbers he did, which was awesome. And especially on the hitting side, because we knew he was going to come in and be an elite pitcher, but coming in and being an amazing hitter, which was really helped our team in big moments. He put on a show. So it was really cool to watch from the dugout and as a teammate and just watch him grow through the season.
You know, was there a point during the season, Ethan, when you guys were like, I don't know, you flipped a switch? You know, they say that, you know, in the playoffs, oh, we'll just flip the switch and we'll get locked in and we'll make this run. Like, was there any point where you guys had to flip a switch, or do you feel like you were pretty constant, pretty steady throughout the entire season about what your goals were as a team and what you needed to do to achieve those?
Yeah, we never really flipped a switch. Practice was always the same throughout the entirety of the year. Coach Wise, we always had a joke because he always says, like, stay right here, don't get up or don't get down. So that's kind of what we did all season, expectations to win, and we had that from day one. So just keeping those throughout the entire year.
When you guys were celebrating on Saturday night, you know, right after beating Harvard Westlake, obviously there was a lot of excitement. Was there any like relief just because you guys, again, had those big expectations, or was it like, hey, this is, you know, we expected to be here, so let's, you know, enjoy it because we earned it?
Yeah, kind of we just expected, not only did we expect to be there, but we expected to win, just having that confidence in ourselves and putting that pressure on ourselves. It was just kind of a cool moment. With all the guys, having that being our last game as a team. And this was a really special team. So just having that as the last moment, celebrating with all the guys.
You know, and for you, especially, you know, being a senior, were you conscious about that, just trying to maybe soak it in a little bit more, you know, the celebration and hanging out with your guys and just having that Corona uniform on for, you know, one last time?
Yeah, like it was kind of like not only celebrating that game, but celebrating the season as well, because it's the last game. Hung out with a lot of the guys after we just kind of soaking in the moment. It was really cool.
All right, Ethan, you're a UCLA commit. I know you'd love to play for the Bruins. I'm sure the Major League Baseball draft is going to come knocking on your door at some point. What does your future look like in baseball? Do you have any preference which route you take, college, pro, or maybe it's going to depend on what round it is? I mean, have you thought too much about that?
I haven't thought too much about that. Just what kind of was just focusing on the season and the team success this year. But my obvious goal is to end up in pro ball one day, as every baseball player's dream is. But just seeing where this next step for the next couple of years takes me, either pro ball or college.
Do you have a favorite team? This is the staple question I ask all these elite high school players, because once you get drafted or once you join a team, that's your new favorite team. But do you have a favorite team right now before you turn pro?
Yeah, as a fan right now, it's always been the Angels. I'm an Angels fan.
Is there any southpaws, any left-handed pitchers that you look up to?
Yeah, I grew up watching Clayton Kershaw. So I was a Dodgers fan from 1 to 5, and then my whole family was Angels fan. They kind of turned me over. But I always grew up watching Clayton Kershaw, so he's always been an idol.
That's a good one to look up to. One of the all-time greats, certainly. And Ethan, what Team USA duties? Anything Team USA related coming up for you?
No, but hopefully one day either get to play on the collegiate team or the the pro team. So that was an amazing experience, and hopefully get to experience it again.
Well, Ethan, congratulations on the CIF Southern Section Division I championship, and congrats on just a phenomenal senior season. I mean, Corona's got a lot of guys coming back. They're going to be really good again next year. Yeah. But, man, this was like a dream season. I think even Coach Wise called it that. I was texting with him a little bit. And, man, what a year. So congratulations, Ethan. Really appreciate the time. Thank you for jumping on the Inland Sports Show. And we'll be keeping tabs on you, whether it's pro ball, whether it's at Westwood with UCLA, man. Continue the great work.
Thank you, Pep. I appreciate you having me on.
Yes, sir. That's Ethan Schiefelbein of the Corona Panthers here on the Inland Sports Show. Inland Sports.